I know you have heard this a million times, but I will remind you again. God has a plan for your life, and the nature of that plan is good. You are not a mistake. You were not born just because your parents decided to have children. God formed and made you while you were in your mother's womb. He chose you for His purpose even before you were born. No matter what you have heard before, I want you to know that you are not a mistake. You were created by God intentionally. He reveals His plans for our life little by little and step by step. And though we may not have the full picture of the puzzle, He gives us bits and pieces each time. This means that we must learn to trust God if we would truly walk in His plan. God knows what He is doing, and He will not make a mistake with our life. Following God's plan may make you seem irrational, and sometimes many people around you, especially those who love you, will not understand you, but following God is a risk worth taking. God's plan for you is good. While it may be difficult to follow God's plan, it is worth it. The devil tries to feed our minds with doubt and fear concerning whatever instructions we have from God or whatever piece of the puzzle we have left. By doing that, he can keep us from staying in God's plan because he knows that in God's plan there is also safety. The devil's desire is for you to take matters into your own hands and try to do things by your wisdom rather than the wisdom of God. However, you must not give in to his devices. You must choose instead to trust God. Your trust in God will be based on your understanding of Him. By studying the scriptures, you would see both those who follow God's plan and those who try to do everything themselves. You will see that no matter how it looks in the process, in the end, God's plan is for your good. The truth is that if we all knew God's plan from beginning to end, we would not be easily tempted to take matters into our hands, but not knowing the full picture allows us to learn to trust God and His words to us. Abraham showed us an example of a man who followed God step by step. He left his father's house even though he was unsure where God was taking him. He followed God's directions every season before arriving at the location God had in mind for him. However, Abraham would have turned out to be another ordinary man if he had not taken that leap of faith and followed the voice of God when he hated it. Because he followed God's voice, he obtained a promise that through him, many nations of the earth would be blessed. He was chosen so that his children could become a nation that would be set apart from God. Abraham did not know all this were going to happen when he started following God, but he took a leap of faith, and his life became relevant to God's agenda. What if what will make a difference in your life right now is that you take a leap of faith and follow God? It may not make sense at first, but as you keep following Him, the picture becomes clearer and you know what to do. Following God will leave you with no regrets. You only have to have a little faith and trust that God knows what He is doing with your life. Abraham chose to follow God, he chose faith, and because of that, his life changed forever. He became a blessing to many and a father of many nations. Life is more than what we see on the surface. A lot of things are happening spiritually, and we can only see a bit physically. It would be unwise to base our life decisions solely on what we can see physically, but this is what we do when we take matters into our own hands. We forget that the God who is directing and instructing us knows the future, and whatever instructions He gives may not look relevant now, but may determine how our future will go. There is no point in taking matters into our hands. Honestly, we cannot make the best decisions for our life based on our intellect alone. We can only make such decisions when we follow what God is saying to us. Sometimes following your way just seems easier and more reasonable. But God's instructions always prove to be the best path to follow. You do not need to know God's full plan. Just follow Him and trust that He will take care of you. If you hand your life to God, He will make a wonder out of it. It is in following God's plan that you will truly fulfill your purpose on earth. God bless you.